I can't. I kind of just gonna play some ranked, but if you guys join, I'll do these 2 maps for you. Well, 3 maps, isn't it? No, don't! You guys are monk. You guys are monks. Because it's boring, I think. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, the first time I had a lot of people watch it, but maybe. I need to also have my stream chat in front of me more, because it's like, I don't know, I have to look at it on my phone. My phone's almost out of charge, so yeah, Dan's thing will be stuck. But say anyone's in the stream, I'm gonna start in about a minute. I'm just wait. No, there's 2 people in my stream already. Yes, you did just clip. So I'll give it another like 30 seconds or something, and then start what I'm doing. Give me time to get up my my laptop, and then for me I have to run away because it's gonna. Right. Okay. I could do that. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to ask people for their things, and then one a night I'm going to analyse some gameplay from Scrim. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. That'll be pretty fun. That's what I like that. That actually sounds like a good idea. I'm going to do that. Yeah, it might be a good idea. Okay. Okay. Hey Joe. Right, Joe's in the stream. Bussic's in. Okay, good. Yeah, sure. Honestly, I'm just, like I said, I might have to leave like halfway through to quickly grab the laptop charger. Otherwise, I can't see chat. But yeah, let's give it a go. Right. Okay. I will start. Okay. Let's have a. Let's get wait until we get out of spawn, and then we'll get moving on. So, right, let's get to here, and we're about to move. Let's talk like stylistic choices, right? First of all, we got dive versus more like deathball-y, kind of close to the meta, but not really, right? Comp. So on blue team, we have Winston Hammond, not Winston Diva, Winston Hammond, Tracer, Pharmacy, Mercy Anna, right? So the idea of the obviously of the Winston Hammond is to basically just keep pressure off like the off the Anna of all time. So like we've got to try like keep people stay away from the Anna. The Anna can heal them up from a distance, and they just create space for the Farah to dive the McCree. So if Tarnish dies, the red tube comp dies. So in like the Tracer and the Pharmacy, both our DPS are very diveable. So like you got to pick either one of them and just go in. Where are we? So yeah, so their win condition is an anti. Like if they land a good anti, our whole team just dies, right? There's a lot of pressure on Diva to do something. Their win condition, their biggest win condition in their entire comp is Anna, right? Like landing a good anti against our team just is a free win. The second win condition is you Tracer, Hammond, and Farah hard diving our McCree. Now, why I don't say Winston is because Winston's got to play safe. If Winston plays aggro in this comp with no Diva, he literally just dies. So it's like sort of like Winston needs to be the bait. Like the Hammond, the Tracer, and the Pharmacy are the ones that are doing all the damage, and the Winston just needs to take aggro and get out alive. So he can jump in onto the McCree, but then he has to be defensive with his... He has to be defensive with his... like his leap and his bubble. All of it needs to be like before the McCree. If he jumps directly onto the McCree, he just insta-dies. Now, again, like, yeah, red team... Again, like, we're playing like a Death Baldy style, right? We have Moira, so we have like fucking piss tons of healing, which means that, you know, nothing will die, hopefully. We have a McCree, which has got a lot of pressure to deal with, but McCree is like protect the president, right? So all our resources are DM, our Rain Shield, our Lucio Amp and Speed, and all of the Moira or healing should go all to think. Sorry, hey everyone in chat. Sorry, I can see you guys. Don't worry, I'm just having to focus like on fucking what I'm doing. But basically our comp's kind of crap, right? Red team's comp's kind of bad because we're expecting them to play something that isn't dive. Even though they've been playing dive like a bunch this scrim at this point, we expect them to not to play dive because this map is okay for dive, but it's not the best, right? But as you can see from what's going on here, we're going to TP to point. We're going to throw a healing orb. Ideally, like a healing orb that's either like here and the ceiling, so it just bounces up and down. Or aim one here, then bounce it across the point, so we can just like play around the fucking healing orb, right? But our comp's not very good because the sim doesn't do anything versus this comp. The Rhine just has to basically be a shield bitch and just shield from McCree, and it's only Moira, Diva, and McCree that actually does anything. So yeah, our comp's bad. We're going to TP the point. Tarnis already bots out a little bit, but it's fine. So we put the 3 turrets up, and now it's just like the mind game. So where's their Hammond? See, their Hammond's good. Hammond, Tracer, and Pharmacy should all be coming from different angles on this point. The Pharah should just be sitting up main, but like the Hammond needs to come from an angle that's not expected, because everyone needs to be looking at this Winston. This Winston just needs to take the whole attention. See, they're going around our back. Going around our back, like here, for a take Bobby. The Hammond comes in. Good anti. Good anti. Tarnis is just dead. This is literally it. They've landed their one win condition. Tarnis is just dead. There's no way he lives here. DM and everything doesn't matter. He's gonna die. Okay, I tell a lie. But he should have died. Why didn't he? I don't know how he didn't die, but like... Okay, let's go back. Let's see how he doesn't die first, right? Because... they land their one win condition, like I said. The Symmetra's AFK, the Rhine's AFK. The Rhine can get a few like licks in, like, but then the Winston could just leap without, and Hammond just rolls away. Obviously, Tracer's too mobile. So we TP onto point. Turrets set up to slow down any dive tanks or the fire. Like, if you play Symmetra versus Pharmacy, all your turrets should be up pretty high because it stops them coming through window, and it forces them to come around the flank. But they should come around the flank anyway. If the Ferret sits here at window, they're sort of AFK. Like, if I'm like a niche, if I'm warm, I should be around this side over here. Like, having like cross angles. Yeah, exactly, Shinny. About to say, it's yeah, it should just be this side, or even behind, all the way behind. But I like Redif's positioning, and they come and they set up a dive. Let's see their dive. Right. So big anti. So the anti comes in like kind of early, and that forces the dive out of Radif, which is everything is fine so far. Yes, exactly. Yeah, the set up the crossfire indeed. Exactly, set up the crossfire is so important. And for anyone who doesn't know what crossfire is, it just means that it's just literally firing from different angles. Like on this point, we've decided to play like a death ball comp that sits on point with lots of healing, right? But they can shoot from the front way with the Anna and the Winston. They can have like the Tracer and the Hammond pick an angle and just come and pile drive, like scoop and slam. And the Pharmacy can get the other side poking stuff in. The only thing about playing like that is that if the death ball does push one side, say like McCree points out this side, there's no cover from any tanks. But they're not playing Diva anyway, right? The Pharah is warm. So Tarnis gets antied, slammed for most of his HP bar. Where's Tracer and Winston? So he gets DM'd. And Poke's done the right thing of throwing a healing orb. Jesus Christ, please, 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 please. Do not throw damage orbs when you're playing like Moira against these comps. They are just a waste of time. But so anyway, so at this point, the Reddives come down, slam. The anti came in a little bit too early for the dive. That anti needs to come in a few seconds later. But you can't blame Conde, he landed a good anti. And also he's not a support player, right? So the healing orb is healing for 65 healing a second. That's more than a Mercy beam. So right now he needs to be focused by both Winston and Tracer, or a direct from the Pharah. The Pharah's having the turret problem right now, so the Pharah has to back out. This is why you put the turrets there to stop the pharmacy coming in. And Winston's on him. Winston even cuts off his healing, but Radiv is looking the wrong way. If Radiv can track Tarnis, he probably dies there. And this entire time, the Tracer's kind of been AFK, which I think he's been pushed by bananas. But that's how Tarnis lives. Tarnis should be dead. Tarnis got antied and dived. So let's have a look. Let's see what goes on. Everyone's still weak. And we lose Joe. Okay. That's unfortunate. Exactly. Because like the Pharah is the burst. Exactly, the Pharah is the burst damage, so like you want to hit like a one direct and just all in a target, or anti. And again, another great anti from Conde, because Conde is literally going to be just unpressured. We're not doing a comp to try kill Conde, we're doing a comp to try stay point and ignore him. But he's landed another good anti, so we lost all our damage mitigation, like because this Rhine Shield doesn't do anything. If you think about the comp we have, Pharmacy's up in the air, well, Pharmacy will be up in the air, but I say Tracer and Hammond can just blink around the ball, roll around the ball, and Winston goes through it. So the Ryan is just kind of AFK, just trying to stop antis and stop these Pharah rockets. But they land a good anti, we lose Joe, and we lose all the damage, and it's just going to be over. The two targets that were anti died next. Symmetra is just not good versus that comp, but we got the point. That's not too bad. So it's just going to be stall now. It's just trying to stall point as long as we can. Okay. So let this fight play out. Okay. So we stalled. Tracer died. Probably going to get res. Doesn't make a difference, right? Or even if it doesn't. Right. Okay. So let me talk about the swaps that we've swapped up to. Okay. Yeah, best say yeah, of course. Yeah, best say like he gets a few licks in on the thing. But even a fire strike takes all the armor off both Hammond and Winston. So a fire strike's like super really good against it, just to help the other targets do more damage. Let's talk about what we swapped to, right? Okay, so they've still got this pharmacy. There's still got this pharmacy pharmacy and Anna for the like dive. The anti. They have a lot of like initial burst damage, right? You know, if the Hammond lands a good scoop and slam, that's 150 damage. Like, if our artist does 60 damage a second on the Winston, plus his leap does about, you know, he does up to 45 plus 30 for a punch, so they have all this burst damage. If Hammond and Winston jump a target at the same time, you end up just dying, right? Well, what we've done is we've swapped off to a comp that is pretty good against dive, right? Because when you're playing against dive comps, you want to try, like, if you're playing anti-dive comps, you want to create as many targets as possible which are undiveable. So you look at our team, we have Lucio, we have Moira. Both of them supports are like some of the most undiveable supports in the game. The Moira gets dived or anti, she fades and throws a healing orb and she doesn't die. But I say, if Lucio gets dived, obviously he can just, you know, ready his way out and just hope he doesn't get killed. Like, Lucio's a hard character to kill, right? Diva's got like, well, I think at this time had 4-second boosters. This is the first day, but she's still got a really fast booster, so she can escape any dive. Like if Winston uses a cooldown or Hammy's cooldown on Diva, they can just escape, right? Same with Reaper. Reaper has fade, and Lena Sombra has translocate. So we have a whole team that's undiveable other than the Rhine. And if you're diving the Rhine, that's good. That's what he's there for. We can just pocket him and he can swing, and he has a 200 armor, so he can just survive so much of like the Winston damage and all this sort of stuff. So that's like all the theory behind every like anti-dive composition is just pick as many characters that can't be dived as possible, or you pick a character that's going to be dived and you put all your resources into him. So say like you pick like a McCree, which is good versus Tracer and Pharmacy, right? But then you play like a Moira, and you play like a Brig, and you play like a, you know, Orisa, and all these characters that are hard to dive by themselves. Just so you know that, okay, you're forcing their hand to dive into the Rhine unless you play like a bot, and you just protect him. Let's get ahead to this next fight. Let's talk about this. Now, this is a really bad example of how this comp is played, because we play so... This map was just atrocious. Okay, let's talk about the way in on the way in. So Tarnis can scout. This is another advantage. We're running Sombra. Tarnis can scout the enemy composition and where they're hiding. So right now, Tarnis has informed me that Radiv is up here, so I've gone Reaper, and I'm going to go chase him down. So now, when we get pile drived in, we can't get slammed. But this already is our first mistake right here. So Tarnis makes the cooldown, I go up top, and our team is now pushing as a 4 rather than as a 6 to the point. Yeah, well that's it. Like the combination of Moira and like you just kill like the pharmacy is what you kill last, right? Like also what does the Pharah shoot? Like everything's got an escape, and the only thing you can really shoot consistently is D.Va and Ryan. And if you shoot D.Va, like you could just like coalesce and focus the pharmacy or whatever. Pharmacy's damage is really low, but its burst damage is really high. 156 damage per shot is like, you know, almost everyone's like at least half, but usually like 3/4 of someone's health bar, so they're absolute 1 if you hit a direct. But it's not like the most consistent damage. It's just high burst damage. So anyway, we're already making the first mistake. Look where I am. I'm back here. Look where Tarnis is. Look where our tanks are going. So we're going to try force them to point. But instead of like, because we're saying war, because I'm saying war wait up, like me and Tarnis are not there, and Poke's already used Fade. Poke's lost Fade. So Poke is like being focused because he's literally just used like his cooldown, and instead of having the cooldown here when he needs it, Bonnie gets stuck and kills him. So now it's just go again time, right? It's all just go again time. We've lost our main healer before the fight even happens. Everything on point is just now a sacrifice to the ult charge gods. Joe's really unlucky that counts as like things for Hammond, because even though he just flew out, and we just go again. Okay. So now all the enemy team had to use was pulse bomb. They didn't even have an anti. Right? Didn't have the anti, didn't have the barrage, didn't have to use any ults, so just use the pulse bomb. Good pulse bomb by Scott. Right, so now, round 2. So like the game plan of this team, right? Like I said, you have 2 options. You either rotate round and try to trace the Ana. Problem with rotating around to chase the Ana is that the Ana is literally usually so far away that it's hard to rotate to. On this map it's not as bad. Technically like you can rotate all the way through here and chase round to Ana. But there's 2 downsides, right? There's 2 big downsides of chasing Ana 2. Is that it takes the team fights take longer. So say like we do this rotation, and let's say like from spawn to here it's like 15 seconds, even with a Lucio, right? And we have to save amp to like jump onto the Ana. If we lose that team fight, like the run back is really, really long. Yeah, it is. It really is. Like honestly, if you want to just kill the Ana, you can go like dive, and even then, like then they just start all protecting the Ana. But it's really hard, and that's why Ana's so fucking good right now. So what we're doing, we should be ignoring the Ana and just trying to force our way to point and just trying to avoid antis. Because as soon as our comp gets on point, we win. So so red team's win condition for this fight is a hack on Radiv or a hack on Artis and a coalescence. So we should almost open up with a coalescence coming to point, like just to pressure the tank. We coalesce to keep our tanks alive, and like and we use the whole coalescence just to get us on to point because we have no ults and we're pushing into 5. Even out with this fight, we got to try to bait as many ults as possible. Exactly. So what do we do? So we're waiting, we stack up, and we push. Good. This is a lot better. Poke's still too far behind and uses Fade. Fuck's sake. Okay, right. This is bad already. Right. So we start moving. We stack up. We got ourselves in the position to stack up. Like we pressure Radiv out. He uses adaptive shield. Good. That's on cooldown for 15 seconds. We start pushing, but Poke's already left in the bag and has to use Fade and Healing Orb to come. So now Poke is just a sitting duck. For 8 seconds, Poke has for 6 seconds Poke has no Fade. For 8 seconds, Poke has no Healing Orb, and he's used both in one interaction. You should either use one to keep yourself alive, or the other. So if you use Fade, and then they start diving, you use Healing Orb to keep yourself alive. If you use Healing Orb, you stay on the Healing Orb as long as you're possible, and then you use Fade to survive. Yeah, right, so the Pharah can 2-tap the Reaper, however, a Reaper does have Wraithfall. And these are all characters that can just run away, like, you know, to take some attention. In the meantime, if something is hacked, they die. Plus, if Reaper's being healed, you have to hit 2 directs. Lucio can die to it, true, Lucio can die to 2 directs from Pharah, but if Lucio's defense matrix, you have a diva like flying at your face, like, you know what I mean, like, you have like so much pressure going on, like, it's hard to like get enough space to get 2 taps on Thingamabobby. But the biggest mistake we've made already is Poke's already used Fade. So when we should be using Coalescence about now, we should use Coalescence now to destroy the mines. He doesn't have Fade, he doesn't have Orb. Tarnish dies to a mine. I'm not even gonna. Tarnish has just potted out and walked into a mine, and they barrage. Then we coalesce. This coalescence should have happened like 2 years ago. Because the mines have forced our cooldowns. The mine has forced me to use Wraith Form. It's forced like. Oh wait, actually, only my Wraith Form, but Tarnish has died anyway. Tarnish has just potted out and walked into mines. I don't know how the fuck he's died. But this coalescence is now too late. We're 2 people down, 2 DPS, Bonnie's antied. We should have not used Fade to go in. We should have not used Healing Orb to go in. We should have. This coalescence should have came earlier, because you can kill the mines with coalescence before they set up. But instead, it's just a waste. So this map is done. The only singular plus side is that they use 3 ults. They use Barrage, Valkyrie, and Mines. But we have none, so it makes a difference. We're getting down to second to last fight territory anyway. So, good thing, Tarnish is scouting. We've come high ground because we heard the Hammonds up top. Then we dropped and come to point. But again, we're already so split. This is probably my bad a little bit, because I'm looking at Tarnish said there's a Hammond behind. But like, look where our healers are. Look where our Rhine is. So this Pharah is either going to shoot one or the other. This Pharah can one-shot anyone now with a damage boost. He can one-shot our Moira, he can one-shot our Lucio, he can one-shot our Sombra. And we're so separated that we can't use the Rhine shield. There we go, boom. Main healer's dead. That's it. It hacks, but it doesn't make a difference. I teleport in the back and kill Conde, but it's just more of a sympathy kill at this point, let's be honest. And that's it. The entire map we messed up. Poke uses Fade twice to fade into the team to catch up to the team, and it costs him his life both times. And then we didn't use Coalescence in time, and we just played so split. The map was just really, really bad. Okay, first point, we came out with an objectively bad comp versus what they're playing. But we just played socials. Per se. Like the nice thing about blue team's comp is that the nice thing about what's it called about blue team's comp is that they have clear objectives to win the game. They land a pulse bomb, they win. They land a good barrage, they win. They land a good antidote, they win. They land good mines, they win. They're like really clear win conditions. But the problem is why it's hard is because any of them ultimates can be avoided by both DPS. Like any of the ults in the game can be avoided by both DPS, and if the Moira doesn't use Fade, you can't kill Moira. Moira keeps everyone alive. So we're on to the inside map. We're playing meta. We'll talk about comps and stuff. Okay. Right, let's wait until we're here. Okay. I remember this was really fucking scrappy. We just played really bad today, to be honest. Right. Okay, so let's talk about the difference in the comps right now. We have a Moira and a Lucio versus an Ana and a Brick. Now the Ana offers a lot of utility. The Ana just offers the most utility there is, right? The Ana with the anti or Sleep Dart can single-handedly win a fight versus our comp. The only nice thing is that we have a D.Va to shut them down. Sorry, there's D.Va versus Zarya, so I didn't even see that matchup. Okay. So it's really nice because other than D.Va, like Ana, Sleep Dart, and Ana Anti-Nade will win you team fights just if you land them. It's really strong abilities. On the other side, Moira just has way more healing than anything in the game. Like healing all plus her normal healing is 130 healing a second. So it's an insane amount of healing. And Lucio allows you to control tempo. So if we get a wall, if red team gets a wall, we can capitalize on it better by with speed boost, giving them enemy time less time to react to the wall. However, in pure neutral fights, in fights where like either both walls are good or both walls are bad, blue team wins because they have the utility of Ana and they have Brick, which does 62 damage a second. Just does more damage. They literally have more damage. The Zarya is like inconsequential. If the Zarya can stay alive at full charge, she's good. If the Zarya doesn't stay alive at full charge, then she's just straight throwing the game. And D.Va's way more consistent and better most of the time anyway. Right. Let's see what happens in this first team fight. Right, so what we should do, so like again, they need to play close together. I like how close the blue team's playing. The Mei and the Ana needs to be a little bit closer, right? Because the Ana can get walled off back here. Because like, they're rotating to point, but they have no speed boost, so we get to take the engagement. We wall, and we wall off the Ana. So now the Ana's AFK. So what we should do, we should win this fight by just speeding through and go killing the Ana in the back. Let's see what happens. Okay, Bonnie gets walled off and Joe gets locked up in the ceiling. Because, let's look at the space between our... Let's have a look at our space between our... Was it just a really good wall, or was there a lot of space between our healers and our line? So we're all stacked up. And watch where Bonnie goes forward. Too far. Let's say it is a good wall. That is actually just a good ice wall. But at the same time, there's an ice wall gap between them. Joe's unlucky. Joe is like in the right space, but he's just lifted up into the ceiling, and this means just Bonnie's dead. So I hear that we've been walled off, but I assume that everyone got through. So I'm just gonna go bully the Ana real fast and get slept. Right, so we get through the ice wall, so it's not all over. It's not all over. We can still win this if we get healed. Okay, so this fight is just a pure mess, but the Ana survived, which is annoying. So again, they still haven't used their nade. They still haven't used their nade at all, so they can just land an anti and still win this. Bonnie is so one. Holy Christ! What happened to Bonnie's whole thing? Let's have a look at Bonnie's health. So a little bit too far. We get walled. Bonnie the entire time has to hold shield, and he's being killed by the Brig and the Rhine. It's actually just the Brig damage. The Zarya has basically done nothing. The Brig, it's just the Brig and the Rhine. Having the Brig means they've done more damage. And where's the healing orb? Let's have a look at the healing orb. This is, if it's healing orb, he actually lives here. But what happens? Let's watch Poke. I don't see an orb at the moment. Where's an orb? Poke! Okay. Right. When you dive the Pharaoh, there is Ball Slam 2 and Winston Ryan will swing. Yeah, but it doesn't. it doesn't. They don't consistently drop the swings for antis. I think he's saying that if you die of a Ryan, the Ryan will instantly start swinging. And that's when you anti. But it's not always consistent like that. Like sometimes the Ryan will hold shield just to block Farah damage or just to block Thingamabobby. But this is just the throw. Like we literally just see this. So when we need to use healing orb, like we're playing a comp that Bonnie's gonna, we need to maximise Bonnie's utility and to do damage, right? And he throws a damage orb. So now we're peeing all over Bonnie and he gets antied and it's all over. Let's look at Tarnish's HP too. Let's have a quick look. I have to grab my laptop charger in a second, guys. So. Okay. Tarnish just actually just gets fan hammered. Well, we get anti to lose this fight. So we land a good wall. They land a good defensive wall. Pokes through a damage orb, and then eventually Bonnie gets antied. I don't want to watch people's POVs. You can see clearly enough in third person. It's literally just the fact that he throws a damage orb rather than a healing orb. Damage orb is so bad, like it just really is. Unless you're playing double shield Doomfist. See, like I think this is an okay wall because look at Conde. He's just stuck in no man's land. If we all rotate there fast, we can kill him. But we're too split and we've thrown a damage orb. So, GG's. This fight is over. Now, this is scary because their comp is a lot more snowball-y than ours. Because getting Brig, like if they can play the choke, they don't need to. They don't need to like have speed boost to play the choke point. So they just have more damage. They also have an anti from Anna. Hopefully we swap to Anna too, because Jesus Christ, just throwing damage with them on Weary. I'm so upset. Okay, we finally got Anna. Good. We got Anna. So this is why the comp's a little bit more worrying. Zarya is really bad, but when Zarya gets charged, she does do a lot of damage. And it minimises like D.Va's. Not only does it lower D.Va's value because there's two things she can't DM, right? Well, actually no, technically in this comp there's four things she can't DM. She can't DM Rhine swing, Brig swing, May freeze, and the Zarya thingamabobby, right? So like it lowers her value. So we need to win these fights when Zarya has no charge. You want to give her a maximum 80 charge, and this bubble breaks. So this Zarya is now glowing like a fucking crazy person. They can play the choke, they don't need the speed boost, they have more damage, they have the comp advantage now. We need to stack up. So right now I'm calling to stack up and everyone gets close. Right, we're all close. And we amp speed and we go in. So this is, okay, even though that Lucio got walled out and McCree got walled out, the Anna got in, I think. Yeah, so the Anna got in and the Mays got in. That's all that matters. That's a success. Anna and May getting through is the most important thing. So now we can just sustain. So we back up to get a bit of space. We rest our cooldowns and then we come back in. Right, we've got through the hard part. Now comp's better again. So they wall off a knee. They wall off Bonnie. We wall off. I wall off 3. So their 3 is walled off, but Bonnie has been frozen. Okay, we can heal this man. Artist is 1. Tarnish goes for a risky flank and gets caught out with a higher noon. Their Ryan was 1, our Ryan was 1, and we've probably just lost this fight. Unless Bonnie lands like a fat shower, we just lose this fight, I think. Well, we can stay in. They used Blizzard. Who's it going to get anyone? Didn't get me, but I'm basically dead, I think. Right? Oh, I'm not dead. Okay, so what's going on here? This fight's really chaotic. Go back. Right, give me 1 second. I'm going to grab my laptop charger. I can't see your chat, so I'll be back in 1 second. Right, okay. So, very scrappy fight. We lose Tarnish because he tries to flank, and he dies. So now we back up. Good disengage, a big good 5-man disengage. We stay in, because by choice there's no choice. So it's still a 5v6. So blue team press their advantage, they might win, but they have to be careful because we have Diva Bomb and Slam. Like, we are a slam away from winning this, and by kiting and them having no Diva, we can actually win the Shield War. Good anti on Artist. I'm absolute one. Who are they Blizzard? They just Blizzard Poke. It's my... What is a niche doing? Okay, well, the niche Blizzards and gets no one. I get a Nano to save me. Desire gets frozen and headshot. So now we're up. So it was a return of 5v6 into a 5v6 in our favour. Because Radif oversteps his mark a little bit, has no escape and gets frozen by a Nano May. Okay. So now, so they have Slam. They just get a Diva, but because they have no Zarya, no Diva, sorry, I can just freely throw this May up. The only thing I gotta watch out for is stuns. But it means I can actually just launch them across the map without worry. So I do, and I freeze the main tank. I think we just cap the point back. There's no way. Big Slam in the back. We kill Ali. Kill Brig. And that's just clean up, I think, at this point. Conde's won. Good, he's died. That's just killing May. Okay, now surely we just play the choke, right? Because now we finally got in. Now we have a good comp. Now they have two problems. They have Grav and they don't have the speed boost. Grav is scary to use because you know, there's Diva and also there's Maywall. Like, you know, like there's so many things that counter this Grav. Like if we get off a good high noon in the Grav and we have defense matrix and they don't, we win. You know what I mean? Like they have the proper Maywall. If we Maywall, we can mail off all their damage. If we eat the Grav, like there's so many things that go against this Graviton Surge. What do they have? They have Nano, High Noon, and Grav. And we have Beat for Grav, I'm assuming. Hopefully for Grav. Nano and High Noon. So our response is try to eat this Grav, or try to eat this High Noon, or well, we can just out-rotate this High Noon. They have no speed boost, so the enemy High Noon's not bad, not good. I'm gonna say Grav. Basically, this is all basically on the Grav. We just wall them in. So their win condition is to land a good Grav and High Noon and kill everyone. Our win condition is to keep walling them off at the choke so they can't play the game, pushing to spawn, and or saving Ice Wall for their Grav, and then we just wall off their team and try and survive the beat. See what happens here. So they're stacking up for their amazing spawn. So this is not good. Look where the Ana is. Look where the May is. Look where the Rhine is. The Rhine has literally just gone through the choke of death. But I don't know why I haven't walled. I don't know why I didn't wall. That is on me. I don't know what's going on. I didn't wall, but that's just really bad from them. Like the distance between Ana and the distance and the May, especially the May between the Rhine. Like the two heroes that mad about getting walled off are just too far. Let's have a look where I am. Oh, okay. So what goes on here? Okay, so the barrier's broken. I'm off to the side because I tried to free their artist. I'm probably gonna die, I reckon. Right? Yeah, I die. Tyler gets Zutek though. Poke fucks up his Nano and Nano's bananas. We beat. So we've gone from a situation of like in control, right? We've gone from a situation of in control where we had like the choke point, for which we didn't wall. We had Nano, which we used on the wrong target. We had ability to eat a Grav, which okay, you don't expect your Diva to consistently eat a Grav, but like, you know, it puts a little bit of pressure on the thingy-bobby. Like any of these things that could have gone right, and we win this. Let me see why I don't wall. I should be warding here. This is actually just on me. I didn't play my best scrim this week. Today I know it. Where am I? Where's my positioning when they come in? Let me see where I'm positioning. Why am I LOSing the choke? Why are we holding here? What's going on? Okay. This is on me. Actually, this was not a good scrum for us, I'm gonna be honest. No, it's not on cooldown. I think I have it. I haven't used it for a while. I know it's on 13 seconds, but so we don't wall them off. I should still wall them off here. I get forced to. I don't even have to use ice block there, but I do. Killed the McCree. The Ryan. Okay, so we've killed the McCree, and their Ryan has no barrier. I use everything. I die because I used my ice block too early. I probably didn't need to use it. I could have just tanked the May stuff. We nano the wrong target. We beat to compensate nano in the wrong target. They grab. And Bonnie dies, I'm pretty sure, right? Bonnie doesn't die. Ooh, we can put it back a little bit. So at this point, it's still a 4v6. Because Tarnus has killed two. Tarnus has killed both DPS. And it's just a Zarya and a Nano Ryan versus our team. Oh, they high noon from spawn. Interesting. They high noon from spawn to kill Bonnie. That actually just wins them this. Tarnus has got 3. Okay, Tarnus is trying. Bless him. Tarnus is really trying. So Tarnus has killed 3. Tarnus killed both DPS and the Zarya. So all their damage is gone. So we should just be backing up to point. So we have 4, but 3.5. And they're coming to point because they have a Ryan. Yes. I should be back soon. Banana should probably go. We should probably just give up the point. Oh, well, they get. Okay, they get badass. So we should just stall point. Good, we're just stalling point. Good. Okay, so basically, what we did there is we stalled point. So Banana's touch point, then I touch point, then Bonnie touch point, and it forces them to use Mail, and we eat it, which is good. Now, in a response, in a 4v6, we've started high nooning. Okay, someone's still in spawn. I think their brig is still in spawn, but we've started high nooning. And for some reason it gets the May and the Rhine shield. God, this scrim is really hard to watch because we played so bad. I mean, we did play bad. I knew we played bad. I personally did not play well this scrim, and you'll see that on Iconvolt. I did not play well on Iconvolt at all. I was not warmed up. But Tarnus has basically killed 4 so far, kiting back. So it's a 1, 2, 3 on point. Where is Scott? Okay, Scott's going on a flank. So it's a 4 versus 4. They should just wait. Like, we should be just backing up right now and picking me up, I think. Good, thank God we do. Okay, so we just killed their May. And because we have Lucio Taxi, we get onto point for free, right? We should, right, when you're in this situation, whenever you're in this situation, when you're playing around one of these God Pillars, right? By God Pillars, I mean, like, why they're God Pillars is because it's all unblockable damage, right? They essentially act like a permanent Rhine shield that you can rotate around. That's why I call them God Pillars. There's God Pillar in the middle of the point. We should wait for the bubbles to end. Like, unlucky from poke to land the anti. But then we should pick a tide, say 1, 2, 3, and rush. So right now we should be saying 1, 2, 3 and have a rush left or rush right. Now I'd rather rush left because you can get a good ice wall between here. But that's what we should do. Hopefully that's what we do. Ready? What do we do here? Well, okay, the Adam has rallied into our backline, which is unfortunate. Tarnus has died by a May across the map, and I've been slammed. Bonnie lands a disgustingly big slam, a 3 in the back. I'm probably going to die though. Okay, so we lost both DPS, but they lost their main healer and their May to the slam. So we still have tanks as long as we kite. Oh, that's bad. That's good. Okay, right. So it's scrappy fight. So basically, Bonnie carries by landing a fat slam. So when Ali shatters me, Solo shatters me, he shatters 3 in the back and we Tifa bomb. And even though we've traded off tank 2, so it's 2 supports, Like, they only have a Brig and a McCree and a Zarya, which is just, unless they can get a flashbang over Bonnie's shield, we live. And we have Nano. I love how Conde retracted that statement fast. Yeah, but the slam sets up your Diva Bomb. Your Diva Bomb might not kill no one without it. So we should win this because we have Nano. Good high noon. We should Nano and just kill the Brig. This Brig needs to die. So like, so Scott's win condition there to win this fast was to flashbang above Bonnie's shield and fan the hammering. Bananas can't die here. Good, he doesn't die. And we kill the Brig, so we're going to win this. Oh, shit, maybe not. Poke. Thomas came back on Tracer. So it's a scrappy fight, but we're going to win this. Now we just got to keep killing Doomfist over and over again. Because if Doom lives, we're in trouble. Now we stabilise, and we've got someone coming back from spawn. We've got Poke coming back from spawn. So really scrappy last fight, but I'm using Blizzard into a comp that has no Diva. Pretty sure Doom. So I tried to Blizzard the Doomfist, but they had bubble and they bubbled him out. And our artist pins away straight away. So my Blizzard is bad and it zones people out. I should have comboed it with an Ice Wall. I don't know why I didn't. Joe goes in, gets flashbang, found the hammered, punched into all, flashbang, found the hammered. I'm pretty sure. So it's a 5v6, and they grab. But the Ice Wall stops basically all the damage in the grab, which is huge, and we get beat off. Tarnish lands a good stick, and Body lands a lucky pin, and we have beat. So we win this, I think. Surely we win this. So it's a super scrappy fight because we've already got like some heroes left over from the stall. We have a Tracer and we have a Hammond rather than a McCree and a Diva. They use a grab freely. These are grab freely, and if these two individual plays don't matter, if Poke doesn't sleep. If Poke does not sleep this Doomfist, we lose this, because I messed up my Blizzard because I didn't wait for bubbles and I didn't Ice Wall off the Ryan. So the Ryan pins out first because I tried to insta-freeze a Doomfist and the Doomfist then got a bubble and got out. But I'm pretty sure Poke wins this round here. So Joe feeds by rolling into the team and dies and gets stunned. Poke sleeps the Doom, which then gets pinned by Bonnie. And Tarnish lands a good stick. And is it a zoning pulse or is it an actual one? An actual one. Cool. So Tarnish and Bonnie, Tarnish and Poke carry. Good beat. We just win, I think, right? So as soon as they nano, I should just hold R2. And this whole entire... Gotta watch out for it. Okay, Tarnish... Okay, I have no words. Tarnish just died. Which is... We can still lose this. Just Tarnish that. Never mind, Joe's back. Joe will get Scott. And we can just bully this Ryan. Nice. And now it's just cleaning up. Well done Bonnie for staying alive here. That was really good from Bonnie to stay alive. Really good, and it's just two individual plays by Poke and Thingbobby. But that round's too close. I'm about to say, we weren't in control like of that game at all. We did like when we had the choke presence, like it just when we had the choke presence, we didn't use it. We sat in choke and just didn't use it at all. And then we used speed boost, and then we actually just cucked ourselves. Okay, usually we come out and trace a Sombra, but I just fancy playing Reaper today because I have a funny feeling. I've got a funny feeling that like Reaper's going to have like an okay place in the meta, and I need to practice my Reaper. And especially as my controller's so busted, I want to get used to playing Reaper with like a crappy controller. So we're against the same team, we're saying it's the same comp from first round. But the difference this time is like we'll show you like why we'll have why like this comp is so good against, okay, we don't have the Sombra now, but why this comp is so good against like that comp. And it's I feel really bad for them. Okay, so we come across the bridge, and what I tell my team is we all play on point. Now usually this would be a terrible idea, right? Because again, we're doing the same as last time, except without a Reinhardt. The Anna has 3 antis, all she wants into our team. And the Pharah can just sit there and poke with ease. However, if we use our cooldowns correctly, the antis can all be like removed or peeled for, like with DM and like, you know, fade and stuff like that. And our healing all should just be bouncing around the point, healing up our tanks. As long as one of us doesn't overextend, we should be good. So this is what it looks like from our perspective. The difference now also is that if the Anna does get a little bit close, we can actually just jump at her and kill her with Tracer, Winston, D.Va. It has its downsides, because if we do jump the Anna and we can't like secure the res, but like without dying, then they res her and then we've just wasted all our resources. So we're just kind of looking for tanks. Brady comes in, swings, gets good overshields, and there's a 3-man anti. But we all heal up because it's Moira. Tarnish somehow kills Adam. I have no clue how that happens. But well done to Tarnish, and that's the big individual play that wins us the point. So that it doesn't matter at the enemy team, they've lost this fight. Radiv gets stuck on body blocked and booped, but then Bananas gets 2-tapped. Again, this entire time we're just staying on point and cleaning it up for the initial cap. So build team back up, which is smart. Tarnish pushes into their backline, less smart. Tarnish almost dies to Pharah spam. So, big pile drive again from Radiv. But hopefully, Poke just throws a healing orb. Yep, he throws a healing orb, and he coalesces. So there's just no way we die. We should just focus Winston here. We should just focus Winston. They use mines, but it doesn't make too much difference. It does cut off like 3 in the back, but all of us are pretty safe, to be honest. We get a big barrage. Big barrage by a niche because this split off has happened and he's used some DM to like eat some spam. I think he has like DM instantly or doesn't react in time. Yeah, he has no DM. Yeah, you can literally hear it run out there. So good barrage. Good stick by Tarnish. And that's just stalling the point. So right now we should just be contesting one by one onto the point. Joe stays alive for ages. Bananas is probably redditing his way around the outside. So now when he dies, Bananas touches. No? I touch. I teleport through window. I touch. And I fade on point and stay on point. See, now look at this. Bananas is still alive. Body is still alive. So it's going to be a 1-by-1 stall the entire time. So I go in. Die. Bananas is in. Dies. Bonnie comes in. And just contest point. And meanwhile, we've taken some of the time off point. Like, Tarnish is going to try and kill Conde in the back. It's hard because it's a 300 HP hero and 3 people just insta come heal for him. 4 people come heal for him. So Tarnish has to run away. Tarnish is going to die. He doesn't die. He should die. Okay, he does die. Good. But this time, Bonnie's alive. And, Ali, and, what's it called? No, Ali, Poke's back. So, now Poke's on point stalling. Now Poke dies. Bananas and me are back in. We should go in at the same time. Like I go for a Death Blossom here because I heard it's winnable, and I didn't ask for bubble. If I wait for bubble cooldown, it's just a really bad Blossom. Like if I knew bubble was a cooldown, would be fine. I die. Now it's Bananas doing Bananas contesting. In this meanwhile, Bonnie somehow killed Conde because he goes some weird flank, gets to 250 and kills Conde. Conde should just be on point in this situation. Joe gets demeched. Bananas is still stalling. Bananas is still stalling. Bonnie's walking his way back to the point. Now Tarnish is going to stall. In this meantime, all this time Bananas has not died. He's died once. So now we have more people on point. We lost both tanks, but we stopped going for the 1v1. Okay, Farah's dead, Anna's dead. So this fight, this entire time we've been down and stalling one by one, but our combo's got so much survivability and so much speed that even though we're both tanks down, it's actually even on the point. Right now it's 4v4. We have a Moira, a Lucio and a Tracer. Okay, the Lucio's just died, it's a 3v4 on point. Oh, I don't care. You watch Bonnie, go watch Bonnie. We stall. I get healed up. I focus on artists, hit primal. Tarnish pulse bombs the res. Now Farah can die on point. Yep, Farah will die. So now Pharmacy's dead, Anna's back though, so maybe the tanks can heal someone. This entire time we haven't like gave up contesting the point. And now we decide to use ults because we realise it's winnable. So they built ults the entire time, but they haven't been able to kill anyone properly. We use feet, or we just focus targets, and I think we win. So this map was like just a it ended there for some reason. We shouldn't have done. This map should not have ended there. So we beat. Okay. Spoiler alert, we win, right? But let's talk about this from their perspective. What could they have done better, right? Because playing Dire versus these stally comps is just oh, what the hell's going on? Okay. Let's have a right new thing. This one.
You're supposed to be coming out.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
So let's have a look. Oh, this it's gonna take ages to get to the thing, isn't it? Yeah, I'll do the Hollywood game. That's it. But basically, I wanted to talk about like what the enemy team could have done to win that point, because they played dive and they got stalled to death. Like the ultimate problem of like D.Va just does a little bit more burst damage than Hammond, other than the pile driver. No, we still won by one. It's like no, they could have like Conde should have came to point, but he's not a natural support player, so that's not really his fault. Like the Farah is like it's more highlighting problems of Farah. Farah really has problems with cleanup. She can't kill anyone fast. Her damage is really low, but her burst damage is really high. Let me get the code for the second one. So like when you're playing the Pharmacy, Tracer, Hammond, Winston, you have no real consistent damage. Like all of it can be DM'd, other than the Winston. Like all of it can't really kill through Moira. Like there's no way of eating the healing orb. Basically, if you had a D.Va, you'd be better off. If you have the Anna starts playing point, as soon as you start getting like 2 kills up, Anna comes to play point. A, it makes it easier for Mercy to heal, and second of all, your antis and your sleeps become like so much easier to actually do something with. So the adjustment they make is just Anna comes to point and focus to tanks in priority. Like the Lucio never got focused, which is unfortunate, but like focusing tanks is like a priority. The tanks take far too long to dive. Too many people on too many different stuff. Let's import the next one. Let's do Hollywood. 1K 7D F. Let's have a look at this. Okay, I need to do it all capitals. I think. Let's see how this goes. So it's 1K 7NDF. Right. Okay, right, here's the next game. This was Hollywood. This is from the same scrim versus the same two teams playing each other. Okay, we'll talk about playing like meta comps versus like playing like more divey comps. Or more damage orientated comps. Let's get ahead to where they play. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Right, okay. So we expect them to be on the Pharmacy comp because this is the third map we played against them. The first map we played was Eichenwald, the second one was Lijiang, this is the third map we played against them. This is Hollywood. So at this point we're expecting Pharmacy. So we're playing the meta, the McCree May, but the exception is instead of playing Anna, we play Moira. But I spoke about this in other streams, but this is so that we can devote all our resources into looking after McCree. If we have Anna and we have McCree, both them heroes need a lot of help to stay alive, at least on console. Maybe not on PC, but at least on console they need a lot of help to stay alive. And sometimes Lucia isn't enough. Brig is good, but Brig doesn't you lose speed boost, and losing speed boost versus like pharmacy on these damage comps, like Junkrat comps, is just not good. You need the speed boost to minimise the spam you take on the way in. So we came out on Moira. They're running the same comp they play on Control Center with the Brig and the Anna. They win the neutral fights, but they have no control over tempo in there. No control over tempo in like when they engage because they have no speed boost. So let's have a look at where they set up when we start to turn a corner. So let's talk about where they're positioned. Where is their Reinhardt? Okay, their Reinhardt's rotating. So we'll talk about like their positioning before we've even done anything. We're making a swap right now. You see, I'm going back to spawn over here. Like me, I'm going back to spawn. But I'll explain that in a second. This blue team right now playing meta comp should be up here. This high ground is so nasty versus their comp. As long as you don't sit around and take too much poke damage, like and rotate well between like the Ryan shield and like the defense matrix, and even just taking damage and feeding it to your Anna, you can control this high ground and sit up here. And the plan is, like, if they come through server room, you wall off server room and you kill the Ryan. If they come through choke, you can wall off choke and kill the Ryan. If they come stairs, you can wall off. You should never come stairs straight from choke if they're holding that high ground. It's just very, very bad. But if they come this way and go push towards the 250, you can wall off between here and choke. They get to control when they drop. There's no way to displace them from high ground without playing dive. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe because I don't think Adam's good at Lucio. But like this, giving away the high ground for free is just bad, in my opinion. People are entitled to their own opinion. Some people like to hold cafe, but I don't like it, especially with the meta combo and you're playing like these deathball comps. Play this nearby high ground, control tempo, drop onto them when they come in. Now what I'm doing is I'm going back to spawn to pick Symmetra. Now why am I doing this? Is because I see the comp that we're playing against is more meta based. So when we see like the comp is meta based, yeah, Lucio is still really fucking important in my opinion. So I've gone Symmetra. Now Symmetra is one of the only characters that can beat this whole mind game. So when they sit up here with May and Ryan and they wall off choke and stuff, there's like 3 plays you can do like Symmetra. There's more than 3, but you can put a teleporter here, or in security, and put it up onto cafe, right? Then you can either just teleport up onto cafe. The idea is you like teleport up onto cafe. They're holding high ground up here. You put 3 turrets here, 1, 2, 3, and then you just sit on point and just burn the Rhine shield. When the second option is put this teleporter down, they know this is happening, and then they spam the teleporter that's behind this pillar, which is pretty hard to do, and then you just speed and rotate choke, and then they're not ready for you, and you can get to point for free, right? And then put 3 turrets here, and then you take away. Or the other option is that you can sit here and put it behind the car and teleport into this corner here, and then just get behind the 250. Then from the 250 you can either do a rotation back up. If they drop off high ground, like if you push towards this 250, this mega at the back, and come this way, it's really hard to wall someone off because of this bin. Like you can just rotate around the bin and it's very hard to wall someone off. Or you can even jump over the bin if certain like heroes like. Or you come from this 250, you dummy push, you push this way, they drop off high ground, you rotate up these stairs and you get the high ground for free. And then you have high ground versus low ground, so you get to control when you drop. That's like the plan of all this comes from playing Symmetra. Like playing May, like they can just sit there and wall you off, but having this teleporter gives you such an advantage versus May walls. So let's see what we do with it. So look how far back in security I can put this teleporter down. This teleporter goes all the way into cafe, and like the enemy team don't have a clue what's going on. They look. This entire time, the first person notices this is Scott. Now, the enemy team is in like array because they don't know what the hell's going on, and our whole team is now in cafe behind them. Their positioning is actually so bad it kind of threw me off for a minute. But here come the turrets, and now they've finally taken this high ground. But it's too late. Now we're on point with a Moira and with a Symmetra. Our win conditions is focus Ryan with the Symmetra, keep me alive with Moira, I burn shield, we kill everything. And meanwhile Tarnis just does his thing. Where's Tarnis? Tarnis is just AFK in the back, but... So they wall, it's a bad wall, this should literally be a free win. We should just push forward and focus to Ryan. Focus to Ryan, focus to Ryan, focus to Ryan, focus to Ryan, focus to Ryan. Ryan shield breaks. Now they have to give space. Now, here's where we make a mistake. May cooldown is on 13 seconds and they just used it. What we should do as a team right now is all push. Like Tarnis should be close. Tarnis should be closer to us. The Lucia and the Moira should be close, and we should push with Bonnie and push these kills. But instead we back up. And this is our mistake. I get whip shot back and I try to close the space on Bonnie, and in the meantime Bonnie gets walled off. So we turned the situation where we had the advantage and we've actually just thrown because we're not playing close and we push. We get antied and then we lose. But we did everything perfectly. Like, none of these kills matter, but we did everything perfectly. We rotated up, we dropped, but then we never pushed. We literally broke a range shield and sat around on point with a full charge Symmetra. We have speed boost for a reason. Let's see if we take the second fight. Let's see if they make an adjustment. So, again, we realise they're on high ground, and we realise probably someone's coming back from spawn. Maybe not back from spawn. But we put this TP down so everyone focuses, so we can just walk in for free, and we walk in for free. No one gets walled off, and the wall is so rushed that even Tarnis can walk around it. And now the plan happens again. So we put they're high nooning. Please don't die for this. Okay, so high noon, we react with sim wall, and again the whole game plan is just focused. Good flank high noon from Tarnis, the Mong, but he does get slept, so he's gonna die. And now we just need to walk forward and just kill targets. And we're going to win. This is what we should have done first fight. I mean, Scott is trying to kill two. Joe finally gets on him. And I get to pressure with Diva. Hey X. So the only problem with playing Symmetra, and why, well, the pros and cons of playing Symmetra is that the bad thing about playing Symmetra, like, look, let's start with the pros first. It's really good for first point. It creates a lot of mind games versus the meta comp versus the Maywall that like literally no other character gives you the advantage of. You could teleport just past the Maywall that makes the Maywall useless. Okay, the freeze is really strong, but if the Symmetra focuses the barrier and you have a Moira to keep the Symmetra up, you literally win Shield Wall. So their Ryan can't sit on point. So your team can just W mouse 1 and walk forward and you win. The downside is when you get to second point. As soon as you get to second point, Symmetra loses all her value. The ice wall is just more consistent and better. You don't want to be constantly flanking the entire time. You got to be teleporting into their backline, you know what I mean? Hey Kiko. Hey Zhao. Zhao. Anyway, so we have disadvantages. We have flank shadow, like we have teleport shadow, which is a little bit memey. We have teleport bomb, which is a little bit memey. We have teleport high noon. All these like meme strats, and also the only other reason I stay on Symmetra is I know they have Blizzard, and we can teleport out of Blizzard. It's a bit niche, but you can teleport out of Blizzard. So let's see what we do here. So I put down a teleporter. Okay. What Bonnie does is goes for a flank shot and Scott doesn't stun him. So we get 2 with a teleport shatter. This is really memey. You can see like how Bonnie doesn't get slept or stunned out of this, I don't know. I think it's just the sheer dumbness of what happened, like he just doesn't get stunned. Ali tries to counter, like Artist tries to counter slam him, slams a cactus. Bonnie lives, and everyone's gonna die. All because we've done some some Metro shenanigans. So now they've gone dive. Dive is really smart against what we're playing. It's like on Night Market when we're talking about it, where now we're talking about this dive comp about heroes to dive. We have two of them. We have McCree and Symmetra. Both these characters have no way of surviving themselves, and both of them are just going to result in death. So if they all need to do is dive one of us, and we will die. The only thing we got going actually for us is that Scott is on, Zootek is on McCree, and McCree can't follow up the same way a Tracer can. So I get slammed. I'm guessing I'm going to die here. The healing orb comes. Oh, I live a little bit longer than I expected. But I do die eventually. Okay, that makes sense. That should happen. Hold up 1 second. What the... Okay. Hold up 1 second. Let's watch this in all its glory. Where does Tarnis go? How does Tarnis end up back there when the dive comes in? Let's watch Tarnis in all his glory. Oh, I put a TP to high ground. Okay. Which everyone other than Tarnis just realises, okay, where does he go? How does he end up in the back? Oh, he goes on an adventure. Dun 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 dun. He hears the high noon, but Tarnis is not afraid. Oh! That might win us the fight. That actually might win us the fight. So I've died to the dive, which is predictable. Joe has killed the Pharah, which is also predictable, because Pharah just gets hard countered by fucking Thingamabobby. But Tarnis flanking like a moron and getting slept might have actually just won us this. He might die here, actually. Okay, Tarnis does just get clotted, but Joe also gets the Mercy. The Monkey's won. Bonnie's antied. Can Bonnie live? Bonnie does live. Wow. That's insane. Okay, they used 2 support ults. The bait wasn't necessary, let's be honest, like he was being healed up. Just an amp would have done, but keeps him alive. And then they start contesting. Just having contesting. I think I used my ult because I want to swap to next point anyway. It just helps them stay alive in point. Yeah, the beat wasn't really needed. He was just feeling hydros. He was just feeling for them too. And he dies. Joe's killed the Mercy again. And now we're just cleaning up. I swap off the Symmetra, or I swap to a Reaper. Interesting. Oh yes, I know. I was playing Reaper a lot this scrims because I want to practice him for next thing. And now we swap to this Sombra Reaper. So we're back to the same comp that we played on Garden, except we didn't have no Winston. We have a Ryan because it's King and Hill, and we have a Sombra because Sombra just offers is just better versus the Hammond, and we've got. Well, yeah, that's it. We've just gone Sombra Reaper really versus this comp. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can handle this a little bit better. So Hammond slams. Pretty sure we should just back up, right? Bananas dies. I'm gonna die. I'm just stuck in the back, I think. Yeah. Okay. So they use mines to separate as well. Done. They got us. Now they have Barrage. So their next phase is trying to set up a Barrage. It should look to just Pulse Bomb the back of a D.Va, bully D.Va, and try to get a Barrage off. Our weak position is just a hack or a slam. I used my Fade too early. I need to look over my own. I'll look at my own later. But I shouldn't be using Fade like that early. That's really risky. If they dive me, I'm dead. I've gone from not being a dive target to being a dive target. Who are we pressuring here? Guessing Monkey? But no one's died yet. Oh, but Bull is hacked. Radif is hacked in their spawn. That is important. So this is it. Like this entire time, they've been shooting us the entire time with way more damaging heroes than what we have. Long range, but they've killed no one because Moira exists. So we just need to kill Radif. Please tell me we do. Okay, we kill Radif. So now we're 1 up, and now we should surely just snowball our way into like a point capture. So we should now just kill the monkey, right? Right, Bonnie needs to slam. Please just slam, please slam, please slam. Please slam. Bonnie just needs to slam this. Okay, Bonnie feet. This entire time, the hardest thing to play against these DPS comps is discipline with spacing with your Reinhardt. So if your Reinhardt gets left alone, he dies. We are 1 up right now. All we need to do is stack up on Bonnie and push. But Bonnie pushes, and look where we are. I'm trying to kill a Tracer. God knows what I'm trying to do with this. Bonnie went for a Mercy, and Joe's up here. So he's not being healed because both healers are looking at the pharmacy, I'm assuming. Or one healer's trying to heal me, and Bonnie's by himself. So Bonnie's going to die. Bonnie should have just stayed cart rather than chasing, in my opinion. Or we'll push with him. But I think we should play closer. We get the Winston. We get the Winston, and we land a good Diva bomb by Joe.
All systems checked out.
And we win this, I think. Surely we win this. Wait, did he not get beat? Where did Tarn? Where was Tarn getting this beaten off? Oh. Oh, he beats up there. Tarnis is a little bit unlucky. If Tarnis just like waits a second, he gets beat here. This might actually lose. This might lose the fight. Well, banned this week. Tarnis EMPs and dies, which is really risky because now we're still in trouble. We're throwing away our advantages. 2 is dead, so it is a 4v6, and half their team is hacked. We do have beat, so it's not impossible. We kill Farah. Probably just kill Winston next, right? I just kill Winston. Okay, we still point. Bananas pressures. What happens to Scott here? So, okay, so this is just lots of pressing triangle. It's not good play, it's actually just pressing triangles and hoping for the best. This is fine. This beat gets everyone other than Tarnis, but Tarnis dies, which is a big unfortunate, really. So it can't translocate in time. Farad's dead. Break Winston bubble. Death Blossom. Not really necessary, but... How does Scott pulse bomb Bananas? I'm pretty sure Bananas just walked into the enemy team right now, right? I still think he's got beat. So let's have a look at Bananas here. He beats Bonnie in. He pressures Diana, realises it's a bad move with the Mercy pocket. Gets slept. What happens to Scott? Surely just pulse bombs just... Oh, he gets scared of the shatter. Okay, good response. Good reactions by Scott, to be honest. Keep actually Bananas alive. The shatter keeps going. That's just clean up, right? The barrage is scary. Bonnie gets 1. We are anti, but as long as Bonnie lives, we should be good. Yeah, it's just clean up. Okay, that's fine. So, all in all, other than staggering this cart, this map's pretty clean, clean sailing from us, right? We played the Symmetra. We fucked up first fight. That was important. We did fuck up first fight. When we break Orion Shield and they've used their Maywall, we should just be speeding him rather than waiting around for them to get Maywall up. That's a big mistake. May cooldown is even more important than ever with being 13 seconds. the second, like, other than that, like, we did fine, I think. I think I'm using my cooldown too early on Reaper. I need to actually... Plain sailing, yeah. That'll do.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Plain sailing, whatever. Whatever it is, you know what I mean. So I need to look on my cooldowns on Reaper, because I'm getting full cooldowns so early, and it's just... Then you actually become a diveable target. It's scary. Smooth sailing. Oh, I don't care. I'm too tired to care. But that was it. We basically lost one. We lost one team fight the entire map. Maybe two. We lost two team fights. We lost one on third and one on first. That was it, the entire map. So that's not bad. What could the enemy team done? Swapping to dive meant they basically did like a 6-man swap, right? No, the only 5-man swap. The only person that was on the same hero that he started the map on was Conde, so they had less ults. And then as soon as you get to third, dive becomes worse. So I don't really like their swap to dive. If you're gonna swap to dive, you swap earlier in second, and you don't take the fight earlier straight on, or you play it on defense to start with. Let's have a look at their comp. So this comp is just like what I'd call like just random garbage, right? Let's just throw the shit and let's throw shit at the fan and see what sticks. Shit at the ceiling and see what sticks. So they have Tracer, Pharmacy, and Diva. Even Anna. Good parts of a dive comp, but they have a Rhine. And this creates a target for us because we're playing this character, and this character is very, very good. This character can pressure Pharah, this character can one-shot Tracer, this character can wall off heals, but most importantly, it can wall off a Reinhardt. Then playing Ryan over a Winston, I have no clue what's going on. Hey Poke. But if you want to see me moan at you, watch your first map, Poke. Other than that, you're doing fine. So, well, and the start of the second map. Other than that, you're doing fine. Okay, we get booted by Pharah off the map, so we've had to give up a high ground. But we should. So this is the merry-go-round we play when any team takes this high ground away from us. Is that we all 6 of us funnel together, like, and just rotate, push up, and take the high ground back off. So our mini game right now should be like we got booped off, regroup as a 6, and push the high ground. Except they have a Ryan, so they don't have a Winston, so we don't need to do this. We're just looking for the Reinhardt. Really bad wall. My controller spasmed as I fucking did it, and my controller just shoots up. Right? I don't know, Joe. Maybe. I kind of feel like playing rank, but it's 2 in the morning. I don't know. It's a Friday, right? Yeah, it's Saturday morning, I guess. Anyway, really bad wall. My controller fucks up, and I can't do it. It was genuinely late. But we have this healing orb, so like we have like a budget Valkyrie, and we should all just be pushing Ryan right now. And we do. Anna dies. Ryan's gonna die. We lose Poke, which is kind of upsetting. Let's look at Poke cooldowns in this fight.
4, 3.
Let's have a look at Poke's cooldowns in this fight. Damage orb, don't like it, but it's not too bad in the first one. Gets pressured by Pharah, throws healing orb, good response. Right, when does he use Fade? Oh, he doesn't use Fade. Well, obviously, the answer is to use Fade there for Pokemon not to die. But we still have a comp that's got plenty of HP bars. And we can give Bananas a very fast beat. Now we just need to stagger Radiev. Gets out under the wall, I should just let him go out. So, this is what I'm talking about, like the mind game, right? There's like the mini game you have to play. If the dive goes up top, all 6 of us, including Tarnis, which I'm shouting at to get over to us, should come in behind and just come up. We should rotate round with speed and push them off, and we should drop straight away. Perfect. At rotation, other than Tarnis being a little late, is really good. Because now, we're in a situation where our McCree is on the high ground. Their tanks are rotated to the low ground. And then we have our McCree on high ground. They jump back up, and we drop back down. And as long as Tarnis doesn't get left behind in the rotation, which he does, but we should win. Now this is unlucky from Tarnis, he rotates a little bit slow. He should be closer to Bonnie, but this all comes back from Tarnis not being here anyway. Like, if Tarnis was like with us, we're closer to us to start with, or we waited for him and he drops, he would live. But what this rotation does, it just cuts off like their team. Someone gets like caught in here, we're actually fine. If not, we just keep rotating around until someone makes a mistake. Conde's gonna die. So we've lost Tarnis, but they've lost their main healer. Now their win condition is they still have a barrage. Their barrage is bad, and their pulse bomb is good. So their barrage dies. Like, you know, the Farah dies. The Anna's dead. They've used pulse bomb. We're keeping up. We're keeping up poke. We're keeping up not poke. We're keeping up Bonnie. And that's just clean up. So they've used 2 of their win conditions. The next win condition is like a nano. There has to be a nano on a Farah in a one shot. So they've gone high ground. What's our response? Rotate and come high ground. Drop so we don't give him a tick. I can drop, it doesn't make a difference because on May I'm basically another tank. We drop. And Tarnis. Oh, Tarnis. No. So first time Tarnis is out of position. Second time he's in position. And just decides to go back downstairs. Rather than just drop with the team and rotate. Tarnis decides to get caught in here. And I'm telling you, this is just death, right? There's no way he lives, right? So Tarnis, instead of following the whole team's rotation, let's watch it again in slow mo, just see how, like, see the decision making of this man. We've seen him flank, now we can just see him fail. So this is all good. We're all stacked up here. We're waiting for them to get high ground. They get high ground. We had to give up a tick because Tarnis died the first time, right? We got locked in the cafe. So we rotate. Tarnis is with us. Tarnis is with us. He's with us. He's with us. He's checking stairs. Good. Now he's at the back, and instead of just rotating and dropping with us to clear out this high ground, or like delaying a little bit, we did a 5-man rotation. Our whole team's in the same thing, and now he just walks into 2 people. Now he blizzards the point. It's very bad. I thought the Winston didn't have his cooldown, and I'm just fine. Blizzard's just fucking garbage at this point. I get booped. Okay, Bananas has died somewhere. I think assuming he gets antied. They've all backed up into Dark Room. I'm in no man's land. The rotation's all gone to shit. So Tarnish rotating badly. I rotated badly. I used Blizzard against a comp. Just Blizzard doesn't work against. Like it's just the worst. Because Ali, they were going to get a tick. We don't want to give up ticks for free. Like if you do like that rotation, like rotating up to the high ground and rotating back round again, like the Farah is just basically just AFK. We can rest our shield and Diva Matrix in the stairs, just for a little bit, and like we can control the higher ground and like we can drop onto the Anna. We can like. So, for example, like why you do this rotation is because the Anna's going to be somewhere, right? So, plan is Winston Diva jumps up onto high ground. Pharmacy's probably around here somewhere. Tracer's either gone here or around backwards, usually around 250 because he doesn't want to just be out in the open, right? And Anna's usually somewhere along here. So, in an ideal world, when people do everything like as they're probably supposed to, like in a normal comp. Like, obviously, the Anna sits here, heals the tanks, looks for antis, whatever, right? And the Pharmacy sits up here. When you do this rotation through stairs and push up, the Pharmacy has to relocate to a position where he doesn't have no cover. Right? Or just Tarnis doesn't roll the wrong way, you know what I mean? Like, speed high noon onto point would be really good. You're correct. But like when you come up here, the Pharah has to like either pick here to hide, like behind, or here. And if the Pharah ends up going this way, she's now AFK when you go this way because she has to use her boosters and her conch blast to get over the roof. So she's out of the fight just by a rotation. And if she's over this way, if she hides well on this roof here, Tarnish gets like a free sightline to her when we rotate back round. So we just create like a circle. Or if like the Ana is positioned where they usually are, you can do this rotation and just drop onto Ana. You literally just 6-man drop Ana, and their tanks and their D.Va are on point. And like you could have like me or Mei contest the point. Per se. You can what's it called? You can have like Mei contest the point with Ice Block and Ice Wall, while like the 5 people jump the Ana, and like the Ana just dies. That's why that rotation. That's why we're doing that rotation. It's hard to like specify that in game. Like I couldn't explain to them why we're doing that rotation. I just want everyone to listen to me, and then I'll call stuff out. But that's why it happens. Like we either jump Ana, or we force Pharah into an unfavourable position. Like the tanks have used cooldowns. They're gonna drop to point. They have cooldowns to go back up again. That's fine. But if the Pharah sits up here and the Ana gets to sit back here, the Ana gets to heal the tanks permanently. The tanks get to dictate the pace of the game and whatever. You know. Alright, here's the rotation, I think, right? Yeah, but watch the tick process, tick progress, tick progress. And by the time I touch the point, it's like 2/3 of the way to the next tick. Or just over half, right? So I could probably sit on point by myself longer, and Bonnie stays up. But Bonnie drops 2. Poke drops, Bananas drops. Joe can stay up here if he wants. Joe can stay up here, like let's stay up here, that's fine. Even Tarnish can stay up there with Joe, but it's just Tarnish decides that that's the way to go when our entire team's this way. Yeah, but I don't think... I mean, Bonnie could drop later. Bonnie dropping later could be fine too, and I could just contest point by myself with Ice Block and hope that as long as they don't get one shot by a Pharah. Maybe that's like an adjustment we can make. I think it would make more sense for Bonnie to stay up there. Where does he get slept from? Oh, Ana in there. I would agree, like, Bonnie should probably stay up there. So that's something we can do for next time. Again. So I swapped to Reaper. Again, Reaper's okay into this comp, but the main reason I'm playing it is because I want to practice it. Because Reaper's not really mechanical skill, it's all about like cooldown stuff. You'll see more Reaper than probably we'll end up playing in the future maybe, because I think Sombra Reaper's a really good way of being dive. And you need actually a Reaper that just doesn't die every fight. So they have Nano Barrage. Nano Barrage. They have a D.Va Bomb, they have a Pulse Bomb, they have 6 ults. And we have 5 ults. So it's gonna be a big triangle press right now. Yeah, Bliss is pretty hard to get into that comp, to be honest. Unless you freeze a D.Va first, but D.Va's cooldowns are really short. So what we're going to try and do, like we have no control of the higher ground, so we have to like stick to these like under panels, like these like walkways, so we don't need Pharah spam on the way in. Like from the Pharah's perspective, this is what just what they see, it's like kind of nothing. Tarnish should be closer underneath. Good. Oh good, we use ults first. I always talk about using tempo, like playing with tempo or whatever. We should always set tempo and we like push in on artists first. We push artists back. Bonnie slams Conde. Poor Conde is he's just trying to feel for a scrim, man. The guy's just trying to he's just trying to feel for a scrim. We can still lose this, but we've only used one ult. We used 2 ults to kill an Ana. Oh, and we artist too. So this fight's won. They decided not to use ults, I'm pretty sure. They get both DPS, which is awkward, but it doesn't really make a difference. We just have to give up a little bit of cart. Now they've changed back to Ryan. They've swapped to Ryan because of the Reaper, but it doesn't really do too much. What do you mean you're poor? So you have to give up a little bit of positioning. We should keep just kiting back and walking. We still have high noon, so our next play should be a speed high noon. When he gets stuck, he'll get DM'd and healed up because pulse bomb doesn't do shit. Ah, smart. So they use pulse bomb and they use DM to heal him up, and then they barrage. Farah dies. They res, and I just stall payload. But we'll have time to contest, I think. So we do a split push. Because we don't, so I don't want to get like, I don't know why we split push this. We should actually just all push out that side. We high noon and land a big kill on Mercy. Especially as you've got Valkyrie. Now Bonnie should just stay point. Okay, we use beat 2. We're using everything, aren't we? Jesus Christ. We use too many ults here. We use beat, bomb, and coalescence. Like the beat for the nano is fine. Coalescence is fine because colors to throw away. The bomb might not be necessary. It does kill Conde, but it's not necessary. I think. As long as we kill Radiv, that's not bad. Now, does Radiv swap? Because he had bomb. I think I remember actually we told him to leave him because he had bomb. So we named him Baby Diva because he's going to hold on to it. Because he just used nano. You're antied. You're half health. You're half health, but then you're being coalesced. You're up to armor. You get antied, and you still have DM. You could probably hold on to the Demon Bomb, especially with the beating coming. Okay, so we leave with our teammate. So we should be taking a fight early and just watching for a C9. You can have bananas on C9 duty, right? And then we should just take a fight and just try and kill this Baby Diva. I didn't know you were going to do it, to be honest. We should just take a fight early while Radiv is in Baby Diva form. Just stack up on Bonnie and push. Okay, we are. I go for a Death Blossom in the back line. Get slept. I try to get a Death Blossom off before as Diva's remaking to kill the Ana, but I could sleep by Conde. And yeah, just sleep by Conde really. Fight that man. No, back in the session we had the May. I go back to the May instead of the Reaper because they had the Ryan. Back to the first point problem where we can just wall off Ryan and win. I think I get booped by Farah here like miles. I get booped by Farah a mile, so I'm down on low ground, which is not good. And there's a 1, 2, 3 man anti, which is huge. So our team gets split. In a comp that shouldn't get split, our team gets split. Half our team's currently on high ground, half our team's on low ground. I'm them there winning a Ryan.
Get into position.
I'm gonna die. I need help. Get coalesced. That's pretty good help. They barrage, and then they nano, and it keeps them alive from the jump. So we've lost 2 people and a mech, and then Tarnis High Noons gets booped back, and nothing happens. Okay, interesting High Noon from Tarnis. Good response. Bad positioning. Now all come with this. Watch this fight. This fight all purely. It's just purely positioning. So I tried to wall off the diva. I don't have ice wall for ages now. That's you should be really careful with your ice walls now. That's a bad ice wall. Oh, I just jump off. I never got booped off. I jumped off. Why? Actually, to be fair, I don't know why we want to hold high ground there either, to be fair. We should all be dropping. But they get anti, so Bonnie slows down. We should all be dropping onto the Rhine. I'm out of position. This is smooth. I did not have a good scrim today. And I think I did work well today, like that day I remember. Very frustrating. So the plan was to drop, but we hesitated when we got up here. We were going to try and drop onto the Reinhardt, which was obviously pushing the payload. It was obviously going to be Reinhardt pushing payload. So now we swap to Reaper. So we've gone like all in on the tanks. We've gone like, let's ignore the pharmacy. The pharmacy's going to have like a mercy attached to it at all times. Let's just ignore the pharmacy and let's just kill the Rhine. And the diva. So they try to stick me, but I'm Reaper. I've got Rayfall. Oh no, that's Tana, sorry. Joe's pressuring the pharmacy. Right. Vidar diva bombs. And slam. Huge slam. Gets 2. Catches poke out of fade and Bonnie with very little shield with no shield. Ali gets frozen. Ali gets frozen and only Artist gets slammed. So we're not in a good situation. I've got no ice block. We have no main healer. We have no main tank. So I'm about to die. I've got no ice block. Yeah, I agree. Well, we use double support ult and diva bomb in one fight. Tarnus has got Anna though. Ali is down. Good target focus by Bananas and Banter, but I'm dead. So it's a 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 3 versus 4. Tarnish one-shots Scott. Jesus Christ. And then they kill the Mercy res. If the Mercy doesn't res it, I reckon they win this. A diva bomb. Just a remake. Tarnish still has fade. Oh, he doesn't have fade, doesn't he? And now they kill Farah. Good. Yeah, we restabilised. Well done, Tarnish. One shot to Tracer and kills the Anna. See, this is also a mistake here. This is a mistake from me. Right? I should be by Bonnie. I'm thinking they have Winston Diva, right? For some reason, like in my head, I'm seeing Pharmacy and I'm seeing Tracer and they think they have Winston Diva. May into dive should just be away from her team as much as possible, and like always within peeling range, but like out of their team, because you want to force Winston, Diva, and you know put Tracer to use cooldowns on you, and then your team rushes the cover and you catch the Winston with no leap and burn him, right? Rather than Winston controlling his leap, like you want Winston to panic. Like the mindset of a Winston player is someone's out of position, you leap them and punish them, right? But it's May. May has like a ridiculous ice block, and even when she comes out of ice block with a Moira, unless she's anti, she might not die. With DM and stuff, right? You know, with DM and Moira Orb and stuff like that. So I'm trying to force cooldowns. But what I forget, they have a fucking Rhine. I remember thinking this at the time and being so annoyed with myself. They have a Rhine. I should be here. I should be right behind Bonnie. And where Tarnus is. And what we should do, we should amp speed, turn a corner, wall off the Rhine and kill him. But instead I take a direct and ice block because I get focused out. Now I'm calling for help, so the team comes across the peel for me. obviously like here, like the talking about the peel of like the I think of like the healing orb and the diva. So I don't die. So like I said, it's the same with dive. Tracer pharmacy. You think, Bobby, this is fine for against Winston, but against Ryan they don't. Because I've just used an ice wall, not for myself. Now Bonnie's just sitting here like, where's this ice wall? Ali's like, I've got 13 seconds to chill. Bonnie's a little bit unlucky. He gets stuck, and I don't have ice block, so I used it earlier. Carlos gets slept. We do kill the Pharah. We're really unlucky that the Mercy reses. Good healing by Conde. We're unlucky the Mercy reses. We lose. All because I'm here. So the fight before, we lose because I'm out of position and I dropped too early. Second fight we lose because I'm playing like we are against a Winston. I mean the fight before I had to use my cooldowns for a fucking Diva Bomb. I had just played really bad this scrim. I should only be up there versus a Winston. And it cost us the point. We were coming up on ults, we had beat, we had coalescence. We were going to have Death Blossom mid-fight, I was just out of position. This is why like playing DPS comps is just fucking easier. Because all the tanks need to do is run away and you just hope your Pharah kills everything. But it's definitely not the best way to play the game.
Ready for battle.
I remember...
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah, Brusty can play over me full time. No, just bad decision making. Joe, it wasn't my day. I knew it. I literally woke up like 5 minutes ago, and I remember like the first map I couldn't hit an icicle to save my life. So frustrating. So we had dive with a brig versus the comp that they've been running. They had the weird Ryan. The Ryan's really weird. It throws you off. We should have just played the May comp again with the Symmetra. We should have played like May Sim. Oh, okay. We put Tarnish on Symmetra. Teleport into Cafe, put 3 turrets down and played the point. But we wanted to show something different because it's our second attack.
60 seconds.
So they think we're doing the Symmetra stuff, that's why the Pharah's looking in there. We're looking for a dive. Our win conditions are Nano Blade and obviously a good Pulse Bomb. So we need to take the high ground away from these supports. So we just all jump up, knock the Ana off, and just chill. We're all chilling and relaxing. We almost get this Tracer, if I remember rightly. Tracer uses recall and gets out with DM. Okay, so that's our getting the high ground away. We've got to control the high ground. Joe's up there, we're not. It means our Ana can turn the corner without being worried of died by a Tracer or anything. We have to play at the back of the point. Now we need to set up a flank with Tarnis onto this Ana right in the back. Tarnis ends up 1v1 in Scott. It's not a good situation because it means we can't dive. And our supports are too far back. Our supports at this point should be here. They can go into security, but like by the time we're diving, our support should be in line to either do healing or to do damage. But right now our supports are too far back. And they're still too far back because he's taking a shot from Fingerboy. Bonnie gets pinned on the other end. Let's have a look at the supports. They back up with a fire rocket, right? Let's see where they back up. See, they need to walk through choke now. So at this point, like when we have high ground, the support should walk here. He took a rocket. Bernard takes a long time to heal him up, and we engage a dive too early. So we have 1 shot to get this right, or 1.5 shots to get this right, and we fuck up because our supports are not in line when we take a dive. We should wait for our supports. We dive in, it's really messy. Mercy's 1, dies. And this is our other mistake. Instead of just backing up right now, we've killed Pharmacy. But we've lost Winston and we've lost Tracer. We should just back up rather than try and take this. But the call is by Joe is to try to take this. I mean, I've got armor packs for days. Our supports are going to have to, 2v1 a Tracer, that's fine. Me and this was the mistake. We dash him, he's 1. I get him, but we trade Joe's mech. And because we have no... They're coming back, maybe we win this. Maybe we do win this. But this is a mistake. I reckon if we did this fight again, we just back up to spawn, because look where they are. A, they're coming back on Lucio, so the Pharah has no pocket. But B, our Winston and Tracer were back like here. Look, they're only back here. We could have waited and chilled. Instead, now we have a baby diva mate. So now we need to. Now it's target focus. I remember this part was really frustrating because target focus. But Arsenal needs to get in here and start doing damage. So the call, me and Bonnie are focusing the Winston. The Brig and the baby diva are focusing the diva. And what it actually results in is no one dying. And then Joe dying. So we had a situation where we were up. Like Bonnie came back super fast because he's Winston. The Pharah's still not even back. Ali dies, but he got slams, and he slams Bonnie. Bananas needs to heal Poke. What happened to the Poke? Why does Poke die? Let's have a look at Banana's brick here. So this is the fight we should have backed up. Joe donates a whole diva mech. Whip shot, whip shot, whip shot. Whip shot, whip shot, whip shot, good. That's Inspire. That's Inspire. Still has Inspire. He uses one armor pack. He uses 2 armor packs. Oh, Poke just gets caught on the thing. Poke needs to back up, I think. If Poke backs up there, I think he wins. Or Bananas goes in, he won. That's unlucky. Trying to blade everything, but it's a fucking Pharah, a Tracer, and a Lucio. Try to kill a baby diva and die. We should have backed up, that's what it is. The difference between us drawing that map and winning that map is just backing up. Like, we had an advantage. We could have took that advantage like in the 6v6 and won. We could have like focused the Ryan and just killed him. That's frustrating. That's really frustrating, actually. So I did not play well with that scrim at all. I say I can. There's one more map to look at, but I'm a little bit tired, guys. I might look at it another time and just finish it off. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, I think. Thank you for watching me throw for like 2 maps in a row. No, Thomas, I'm tired. It's 2 in the morning, mate. This is why I want to do my streams earlier when I do this, because I don't want to be here 3 in the morning talking about a map. I can talk about it tomorrow. Eichenwald was just frustrating too. Good night, guys. Thank you for watching. What I might do if it's a quiet day tomorrow, I might stream some more ranked, and I'll finish off the last map. Maybe finish off the last map first, then stream some ranked. So I will see you guys tomorrow.